What's good, trappers, man? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. And y'all know my goal is to help the culture build wealth one share at a time. Y'all know I'm all about investing in stocks, yo. It's like the foundation to my wealth. 90% of my money is in the stock market, right? But I want some of you all to know this, like owning stocks is just not about having a piece of paper saying I own this company, right? It's about owning a breathing, living, tangible business. And so when you own that business, you are now making a transition from consumerism to ownership. And as an owner of that business, you are entitled to every piece of profit that that company makes. Now, the key to successful investing is not just about ownership in the business, it's about this beautiful thing that I call risk premium, right? So when you pay your insurance, you always pay that premium, right? Well, that's the thing about investing in the stock market, right? Every stock has some type of risk. And as an investor, as a successful investor, you must be able to say, what is the premium that I'm getting for the risk that I'm taking? That makes sense? What is the premium? What is the cash value? What is the reward that I'm getting either now, the next 6 months, year, or a lifetime of this investment? And so great investors are able to say over the lifetime of this investment or my portfolio, what I'm able to do is get great returns because I'm willing to take risks that are within my comfort zone. So the greatest thing about investing in the stocks is that you must have on your armor is you must be able to say, this is my risk tolerance. Now, for me personally, I'm not one to get into like biopharmaceutical stocks. That ain't my thing. So I'm gonna stay away from that, right? But tech, I love being in tech businesses. Banking, I study banks on GP because they make all the money in the world. So I need to know what they got going on. But what we need to understand is, how is this company making money? And once we understand how the company making money, we now understand where the risk is at. Because businesses are about being profitable and businesses are about making money. So if we can understand how the business is making money or how the business is losing money or how the business is generating money, we can understand where that risk factor is. So again, we want to get the greatest premium we can for the amount of risk that we're willing to take. And now we design our portfolio in a way where we say, yo, this, and this, these 3 categories or these 4 categories are within my risk tolerance zone, and the premium that I'm getting from each and every one of these risks, I'm willing to take that. One of the things that kills a lot of investors is we get into these stocks and we get into these companies and we don't understand the risk premium. We understand it because somebody else told us to get there, and that ain't what we should be doing. We should be only investing in businesses that we are comfortable with risk-wise and reward-wise, because at the end of the day, the stock market is all about generating great returns, right? And this is what put us ahead of great big investors, right? Because big investors, institutional investors, the whales, they're only able to invest in certain businesses. That's right. The business has to be big enough for them to invest in, because if they invest in these small businesses, a lot of times what they'll do is they'll call that like market manipulation because they can't sneak in, right? So understanding our risk reward can now put us, our risk premium can now put us in some of the smaller cap businesses, the Russell 2000 businesses, right? The $2 million under businesses, right? We can get into those businesses because we understand that risk premium that comes with that. The ultimate goal is to say, yo, I've took these calculated risks because I understood the reward that comes with it. So typically we understand what the stock market goes up between 9 and 11% over the last 10 to 15 years. That's understanding the premium that comes with index funds. That's right, that's what I want to bring it back to. So if you invested in index funds, you know that you can get a premium of like 9 to 10% over the last 10 years. So that means if you get a year where the market is down 8%, 7%, 12%, it shouldn't really bother you because over the last 5, 6, 7 years, you've got 8 to 10%. That's how we understand that risk premium. We look at the history of every sector. What have this sector returned over the last 5, 10 years? What have this industry returned over the last 5, 10 years? What has this stock returned over the last 5, 10 years? And so once we understand that, we can now say, okay, this is the expected premium of what I can get from the risk that I take here, right? What is the risk? How much money you're willing to put there, and what is the inverse? What is the downside to this stock? Let's mitigate that so we can understand the risk and we understand the premium. We put them together, we can now put together a great investment strategy. One of the greatest things we can do is say, okay, what has this company returned over the last 5-10 years? And we can get an idea from that. We can now get an idea of the type of premium that we can get from this business, right? So what I like to do is, if a company has returned like 15%, 18% or 20%, I'm gonna play it on a conservative side. So if it returns 15% a year, 20% a year, I wanna say it can return me 10% a year or 9% a year. And anything above that, you've outperformed what my premium expectation was, right? So I'm always, even though I take risk, I also give myself conservative calculations. And the reason why I give myself conservative calculations is because if the market or this stock or this industry has returned 15% and I say, yeah, they're gonna give me 15%, when they don't give me 15%, I've given myself no wiggle room. Like, yo, investing is like real calculated, yo. And you don't have to be like this mathematician. Nah, you can just do simple numbers. So let me just give you an example, right? So I'm always break it down for my travelers, how I break it down for my travelers, right? If I score a quarter for 200 and I'm supposed to make 400, all I really want to make back is 325. If I make back 325, I'm good. I'm not trying to make the whole full back. Y'all with me? That's how I look at it. I keep telling y'all, yo, this stuff remind me of the streets all the time. It's simple as that. So if you invest in the business and you know normally that this business has returned 10 to 15% on all the time, that's the premium, well, man, knock that down to 8% and you good. If it returned 15%, I'm gonna say give me 9. If it's supposed to turn 10, give me 7. And now I've mitigated that risk. I put that reward, that risk there, I've attached the premium to it, and now I put myself in a position to win, man. So look, man, it's the boy, the Wall Street Trappin, man. Y'all know my goal is to help the culture build wealth one share at a time, man. Trap with me, but before you go, I want you to like and subscribe to this video, man. And then send it to somebody and tell them Trapper talking that talk, you hear me? Big Trap, man.